We welcome you to the Heartland, 7 miles from downtown Kansas City. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium for more than a half-century. The home of the Kansas City Chiefs. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Greg Olson with you. That's Harrison Butker, set to get things started. Off we go from Arrowhead. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Great. 73. Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. Inside the 30. The defense saves the touchdown, but a terrific run. It'll be 1st and goal inside the 10. A huge play right off the bat. That goes for 58.
You talk about a big-time run right out of the gate. I mean, there was nothing special here play call-wise. He just found a crease, hit it, and he was off.
Great.
Here's Barkley. And he's into the end zone. What a start. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. And, Greg, that is the way you love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, starting the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown. That's an ideal way to start when you find yourself on the road.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback. And the ball's coming out to the 35. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, Isaiah Pacheco. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
First down throw, Mahomes. It finds the hands of Marquise Brown. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
First and 10 for Mahomes. That's caught. It's Isaiah Pacheco. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. 10 yards for number 10 on that one, and it's 1st and 10.
You know what they say, Mike, is the best third down play in the NFL? Don't get to third down. Well, I'll tell you what, this has been a clinic so far here on their opening drive. 3 plays, 3 first downs, and now the question is, can they take advantage of this fast start and come away with some points?
Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. It's an incompletion. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And the Chiefs are going to have first and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 3-yard line.
10 yards. And a Kansas City Chiefs.
Pacheco. And you go down back at the 4-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Now back at the 4 for second and goal. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, KC. That is first touchdown of the new year.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
That's going to be caught in the end zone, and they take the lead by 1. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Man in motion is Smith. Quick throw that's going to wind up incomplete, but the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Philadelphia.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down.
Hey, let's go. Trimmer. Crown up the other.
Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. Good for an Eagles first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
They'll run it to the right here with Barkley.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
So the Eagles will use their first time out here. We'll talk things over before third down. Shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Drew Tranquil. And a nice return will set them up in good field position right at midfield.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermine before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
Yellow!
On first down, it's Mahomes. And it's complete left side to Worthy. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Kelsey opens his account, his first catch, and a first down to boot.
At the 21-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
This offense has to do a better job of generating chunk plays once he gets outside the pocket and they transition into scramble drill. Instead, nobody uncovers downfield. He forces a difficult throw, and luckily it falls incomplete.
To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up first and goal. So 1 quarter in the books in this rematch of Super Bowl 57. A 1-point game. 8-7 is our score. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. Ball sitting at the 7. First and goal. Here's Pacheco. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs. 2 choices down there. Either work it up inside or use that speed to the edge. And Greggy's able to sneak it in for the touchdown.
Down here this close, Mike, there's a lot of bodies in there tight. So oftentimes, if you can get the back on the edge, they can rely on that speed, and that's exactly what we saw here. He wins the race to the pylon, and he's rewarded with 6 points. I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
They'll start on the ground with Barkley. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Hurts going to fire this one out to Smith. He's taken down just shy of midfield. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
But after being shut down in the opening quarter, he makes his first catch here with that one, and they're going to need to continue to build off this if they plan on leaving here today with a win.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at their 49.
Just shy of midfield. Here's second and 9. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Oh, falling away. What a throw. He drops it in there. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A pickup there of 25 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
First down, Philadelphia.
In motion comes Walker. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 25, here's second and 9. Man in motion is Smith. That's taken in. It's Tiz Walker. And he'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for first down. First and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
From 6 yards out, it's first and goal.
180, 180.
Here's a run. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. A little closer. Here's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Here's a designed run. And he will take it in himself. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will cut it to a 2-point lead.
Chiefs 16, Eagles 14.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out, per the new rule, to the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. That one complete to Brown. Loose inside the 30. And he will go all the way. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, Kansas City. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Here's the Chiefs and Mahomes lining up to add on 2 more.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. Not much there, maybe a yard.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Gray brought in motion. They're going to get this outside. This could be a... terrible time for that play call. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Watson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Intercepted. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And he's going to be out of bounds following a gain of about 5 on first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
Yellow, yellow.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Here now, 3rd and 5. One broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Look, great work to stick those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Mahomes to throw it on 4th down. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
73! 73!
Here's a handoff to Barkley running left. Room up the sideline to the 20. Big run here. He's tackled beyond the 35-yard line. What a way to kick off the drive. That's a gain of 30 and another 1st down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in the 2nd quarter. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. They keep beating him. 15 more on the ground. And another 1st down.
A couple of explosive runs here to start the drive, and now you got to ask yourself, what's the counterpunch? I think as this defense continues to pack themselves in tight, this is a prime opportunity to try to take a big shot downfield.
They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
16 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Great. Trimmer.
Man in motion is Smith. Back into the hands of the fullback. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd, as it comes 22 seconds remaining till halftime.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
Trimmer.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. On the run to the right. He's going to tuck it and go. Now the Eagles use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this 1st half. Important one here. Want to keep this drive moving. Got to pick up 3rd and 4. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. A short one taken at the 10. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. Now he'll run. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. He'll look forward for maybe a yard. Jalen Carter out of Georgia makes the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 10 at the 47.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. Mahomes. As he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Yellow.
He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And that's a 1st down, and will be a gain of 8.
These curl routes. He's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. His fifth catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And he won't get away. Good tackle there to get him down behind the line.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down.
Yellow.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That one incomplete. Humphrey outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is fourth down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down.
Hey, ribble it.
Here's Mahomes. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Gilly Ringo. And the Eagles are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on fourth down.
Kyle up, Yeti.
Out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw, Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
On third down, here's Hurts. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. It sets up fourth down. So on fourth down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. Back deep, Xavier Worthy. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Easy. Yellow.
Throwing from the gun, here's Patrick. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. 2nd and 11.
Yellow.
To throw is Mahomes. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. Whoa. And he is out of bounds down at the 21. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
Just a really nice, simple play design. Just get the ball to one of your playmakers on an underneath crossing route, and he does the rest to secure a nice gain. That's just good, simple execution.
Here's a toss to Pacheco. He's to the 10. And he'll be forced out of bounds. It's a gain of 13, and it's first and goal. Now it is first and goal.
I don't need to.
The 7-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. Now here's second and goal.
Yellow. There's a lot, right? 15. Yellow. Right side.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
Yellow. Right side.
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
So with these RPOs, Mike, it really just comes down to trusting your quarterback to make split-second decisions and make the right read. And if you don't, you kind of just waste the down, and that's what we saw here.
On fourth down, Super Bowl champ Harrison Butker now for the Chiefs. This, about as short as you can get. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
After the made field goal, Butker back on the field to send this one away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10.
No, touch it. 180, 180.
They run out of the gun with Barkley. And a nice run. Get them about 9. It'll bring up second down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
To the end zone yet again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is 3 touchdowns in the game and 4 for the season. Taking care of business on the ground. They run it into the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take the long run all the way to the house for 6.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. start on the ground with Pacheco. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Now Mahomes. And he tried to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. The defense comes up with the big play, and the pick 6 changes all the momentum. New leader in this one with that touchdown.
Mike, this is one of those plays at the end they're going to look back on and say that play changed the game. Not only do you create the turnover, you take it back the other way, and now you find yourself with the lead here in the second half.
The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Yellow.
1st and 10 for Mahomes. Now he'll air one out. He's got it. And they will finally get him out of bounds. It is a big hitter to close out the 3rd quarter. What a moment in this game. A touchdown would give them the late lead. It is 1st down and goal. Mahomes going to push this one forward. And he's in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, KC. His 2nd hit to the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Now, Mahomes. And he'll get into the end zone and push the lead up to 4.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. And he'll take this up past the 40, pick up a 5.
Watching him throughout this game has been incredible, Mike. I mean, I've loved watching him perform. The reality is it just hasn't impacted the outcome of the game. It's really been a wasted individual effort unless they could somehow find a way to flip this thing around.
Now Barkley. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Well, this play, Mike, is clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Man in motion is Smith. Third and short, and Hurts will throw. And that is incomplete. He's trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. And that'll set up fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. So the Eagles will use their first time out here as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down's looming. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's complete. Tight end got it. And he's going to have an Eagles first down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now, this looks like a design run. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6. On the handoff, this is Barkley. And he's fouled up after a gain of a yard. Third down, they need 5. That's Goddard in motion. On third down, it's Hurts. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for an Eagles first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Here's a second and 9 now from the 29. Gray brought in motion. Now Jalen Hurts on second down. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Third down. Here's Hurts out of the gun. That's to Gray, open on the left side. Boy, easy call for an official. Once the receiver steps out of bounds, he can't be the first guy to touch it. So that brings out the flag. A lot on the line here. Fourth down and 9. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the fourth, but they will turn it over on down.
Yellow, yellow. Right side.
That's quickly out to Smith. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. He'll get this complete to Worthy. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Got him in. It's Kelsey. Complete. 14 on the pickup. First down, KC.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only one remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation. We're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
Again here to Pacheco. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. Second down, they need 7.
Yellow.
Off the RPO, they'll get it to Brown. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not. Things are pretty much spoken for.
So the hope is, when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Now Mahomes. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. He's going to air this one out. And that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamari Connor. And he'll be taken down, and there is a flag on the play. This is going to be a huge call. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They get the job done here at home, and they follow the opening weekend victory with another here to move to 2-0 on the season. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Chiefs victorious, as we say, so long from Arrowhead.